Despite Martin's best efforts to get some of the other. Tony, then, so it was very tight. Who gets the All-Ireland?
Well, we pick Marty Clark. Like, he is some operator. He's not 6'5". He doesn't run 100 metres in 9.5 seconds, but he epitomised a modern footballer. Very good on free kicks. He's totally mobile around the field. He's available in a little pocket behind the play. He always uses his intellect to get into that position, and he kicks some fantastic points. He'll be very hard to mark in the All-Ireland final. He was a professional player last year, used to the big occasion. Like Ty Cahill last year, it would be very hard to put the clamps on him in the All-Ireland final.
All right. Well, it's an All-Ireland final that we'll chat about in a moment. But let's see how today's minor semi-final worked out for us, because battling for the right to play Tyrone in the final were Cork and Galway. Our commentators are Coleman Goggins and Micheál O'Shea.
Fachta go glótar fad an san Cahill Walsh agus anna Yaron Lechiad Méidir, Dahad Méidir, Tucha Méidir, Egális Dachpós, Niall Walsh, King Crícha Vigid Gaunsa, Shanser Hall, Cole, and Seneca Padaro Grifa, Micheál Branach, agus a Leontan, Aimshehe, and Sohege Dungailib.
Anna Cool and Chino Padaro Grifa, Anna Ruher and Chino Niall Walsh, Chakshis, Honey Gallen Crona Trasnachun, Cowra Horton, the Cusson Toriach, near Iberlesh, Lero Dresun to Bug Trasnach, Grandma Maho Padro Griff, agus is Jacksalintan, Branner Shorish, Oskunan Long Cooley and Shinnon, agus is Jacksalintan, Anna Creek.
Connor Rabbit, Bachtige Connor a Matlish, Carol Diego Hagimartigan Isle, Shinkan Cloter Fat, Bodasagas Yonaha Gucci Coleman.
Anna score and Shinno, Connor Rabbit.
Shachwin, Jamie Wall, Fanatave Line Matlish, Dahat Méidir, Tucha Méidir, will take a glotistach, and so they get John O'Rourke, Shansiga, Shansiga, Horkiga, Cole, and so, Agus and Cole, I'm sure, and lay, and so they get Brian Hurley, it happened, no big Kevin Hallisey, Baided, and Cole, I'm sure, and then lay, Sinead Istachanson, Matlish, Jamie Wall, Wiltistach, John O'Rourke is Sheliv na Kaide on pass Cura Trasna on Sunige, Agus Kevin Hallisey, Agus and Cole Aimshehige. Ishtach Gadi Cahill O'Neill, She Pinto Hienibi, Trasna Gadas, the Losh lead, so Gadi none of the Elle, Dahi Burke, Dahi Matlish, Hart Curagohige, Bert Curagohige, Lenikitoig. Wiltistachanson agus Padaro Grifa, Shansiga Padar, and a rasper of Fadiga Padar, and Leontan, I'm Shehiga Padaro Grifa, agus Shin Law Hole, agus Puinte, Iga Padar, Quidisa. Shahun Korkigadol in Unsi, Damien Cahill, Pugveders, Dahan Modi, Calmore Fad, Stahan Jovi Alavoid, and Argelo, Stigginson, Brian Hurley, Shanser Cole, again Brian Hurley, Farglaun Varachain, on Far, again Skris, the starting Araltig, Agus, on Lasser Savarach, the coast goal. Dahi Burke, a Galistach, a Will Callish, the Interneal, and Moltoin, will to Mahatun Deep Cahill O'Neill, and Sue Farry Borin, Wheeler, Shanser, Hole, again, 11 score, and of Local, Dinte, Sticks the Hunitson, a Hantarna Shanser Galistach, and so that way, against it, Cole again, I'll watch it, on Lasser Savarach, on Sue Cole again, I'll on Vactient again, I'll watch Farkilani. Shane Mahan of Achni riding the Shahide Gal Post, and the Gloter Fad and Dolove, Shane Egualista, trust the wake talk Connor Rabbit, Shahir Connor, Shanser Hall, Connor Cole, Gloter get Connor Rabbit. Agasin Vactient the Garob and Paso Shane Mahan, and the Hoglushif, and the Hoimer to Gangali. Which Lardy Shanser Hall and Saga Shane Mahan, Trustney, Connor Rabbit, Cole, Elevadish, Cole Gigantin, Connor Rabbit to Thaldasa.
Great Maharisha, for the cool, when you know our rock a reach kind of touch it, cool, I'm showing sure.
Damien Cahill and Sheliv na Kaide, Mohalar na Porke, Calmore Grief on the board to get him in the car, Noga Shanser Hall and Saga Corking, oh, the Hall and Saga Kevin Hallisey on the floor, Emmerich Shuld, Agus, well, Neil found the Corky Gaelic of Hole. Hashigan Gorkoich, agus iad co-score and so agus iad hoid point and bua Brian Hurley and Lano at Falka a Beshan Laois Brian Hurley and a Rohar at Fad Igualistach agus and kick sair Bachtige Brian Hurley agus a Stolim Sagabine Marnik Falka be his second no machine. Here the Cahill Gadisa, Brian Hurley, Beshan Counter, Hadix, Lahik, and the shield, Quentin Brian, Agus a Stolen Gabe, on the Tino with the stick, Agus and Will need G-Shay to force again, Raytoy, on Brackbon and Arden, Kirkwick, Pointer and Keen, and so, Tria Cook, Diak, Lekuge Hoch, Agus a Stolen got Garwood Shade, Jagashane, she had Kirkwick, Evan Hassak, Lahik, and the Shansolate, Tiro, Crane the Galley, Bish the Brute, and so. Jackson scored there, and so Kirkwick Bukak left pointed, see Cook Diak left Kuya Ho.
I suppose halfway through the game there, in the second half, when we 10 minutes there, you could say that we were all over. It was gone, but you know, just kept plugging away. We got a few points. We were lucky, and once we get a sniff at the end, we just seem to keep going.
To be honest with you, Joanne, we were absolutely devastated in the dressing room. I thought we had it, and we got too much of a lead, maybe too early, maybe we took the pedal off the gas. But Cork certainly came with a great push, and even that I thought we were just about able to peg them back, and I thought when we got the last point there to go ahead again, then they got the equaliser. I thought we were going to hold out for a draw, but it wasn't to be.
Yeah, well, congratulations all the lads, a fantastic match. But Anthony, that last minute free to win it, was it a free?
Technically it was, Des, but it was on the very soft side of very soft. I mean, it was an absolute shame that this game was decided by this moment. I mean, to score 5-8 in a All-Ireland semi-final and not win. I mean, he barely touches him. This tiniest hint of a pull. I mean, it's so soft, it's unreal. An absolute shame that was given.
Okay.
I think from a sporting point of view.
It's a shame that was decided with that type of free, because in a game with 8 goals and whatever, there's 23 points and wonderful displays from both sides. I'd like to say in particular Shane Mohan for Galway. I thought it was magnificent, kind of for vision and scoring goals. But both teams, a bit like last Sunday, deserved a second day out.
Right. Tony?
Well, it was a foul. It was a pull. No matter what all these anti-Cork lobby will say, as you say, you can't be a little bit pregnant. It's either a foul or it isn't a foul, you know. But it was one of the best football games. No defensive strategies or a sweeper. It was brilliant.
We'll remember those words, Tony.
Fantastic game.
Foul is always
okay, our resident gynaecologist Tony Davis there with the last word on that. So, after a dramatic season at senior level, the All-Ireland Football Final for 2010 will be contested by Cork and Down. And obviously RTE will bring you full coverage of the football finals on television, radio and online on Sunday, September the 19th. Well, how is it going to go? Down buoyed by a great victory today. Will they be underdogs against Cork, Anthony?
I suspect they probably will be. You know, they've probably excelled way beyond what we thought Down were capable of this season. They have grown over the course of the season. They've got better every game they've played, which is a great sign of a team. They have every chance in the final because Cork are a little bit like Kildare. They possibly lack the real top quality forwards that Down have, and they rely on a lot of teamwork and a lot of hard running and work rate and that. So Down have every chance. Now we sat here at the start of the season and posed a question to us as to who was going to win.
Who did you tip?
I said Cork would win the All-Ireland.
Did you? So you didn't have Down in the mix. In fairness,
no, I didn't.
Did. Yeah.
Well, I thought whoever would won the Donegal Down game would win the Ulster title. I ended up plumping for Donegal and saw where that got me. But it's hard to change course now. I still think Cork can improve, and there's a big game in Cork if they can get it right. But Down have every chance given the quality of forwards that they have.
But Cork haven't delivered to their potential yet. Is that fair, Martin?
That's fair. They have stuttered along the way, to be quite honest about it. Like, I've seen them in a couple of games. I thought they peaked early on in the season, actually, winning the National League in April and then playing quite well in both games against Kerry. But in their games, like, since then, they haven't played to the best of their ability. And I think it comes down in many respects to the fact that they haven't really found out what their best line-out is and where to position their various players. Like, I've been arguing this for quite a while now. They're playing Kieran Sheehan, I think, out of position by playing him wing forward. Similarly, you know, I'm not fully convinced that they know what their best midfield is. But, you know, they've had the experience of being in All-Ireland over the last number of years, and I think they're going to be favourites because playing Down, you know, Down OK have been in whatever it is, 5 All-Irelands, won 5. But like Anthony, I've seen them since the first round. I was at their game in Ballabofey. Didn't think a lot of them. Benny rescued them in extra time against, was it Tyrone? They were wonderful for the first 11 minutes, but faded off the face of the earth. Against Offaly, they were lucky to come out of Tullamore. They okayed the one handy enough against Longford and against then the Blitz Sligo. But since they've come into Croke Park, they have been transformed. And, you know, with Down's record here, they'll go into the final with a lot of confidence. OK, what worries you most about Down now, if you were the Cork management?
I think they're forwards. I think they have instinctive forwards. They have good movement. They can score. They're natural footballers. They're not manufactured in any way. Their defensive system is excellent. They cut out Kildare totally today. You know, Smith and Kavanagh were out of the game totally. They kept Johnny Doyle to 2 free kicks. They did very, very well at midfield as well. You know, they are... As Martin and Anthony were saying, there's something about Down when they hit Croke Park. There's a certain arrogance and cockiness that they have. That certainly they will not fear anybody. They won 5 semi-finals and they won 5 finals every time they got to Croke Park in the All-Ireland final. But having said that, Cork have improved along the way. And do you know something? A lot of the criticism that Cork are getting is unwarranted, I think. Like, Cork are unbeaten this year. They're National League champions, you know, and they're winning all their games. It mightn't look pretty at times, but they're getting over the line.
Yeah, if they are stuttering, Martin, I mean, they're winning, in fairness to them.
They're winning in fairness, and again, I think myself that maybe if they got a big target man in the full forward line to actually complement Golding on one side and Donnacha O'Connor on the other side, they might be better. And I think also maybe they put the ball through the hand far too much. But just briefly going back to Down, I think the key thing for Down really this summer was putting Kevin McKernan into centre-back. James, I think early on, who was the centre-back? James Colgan was centre-back in the first couple of games.
Ambrose Rogers' fitness will have a big thing to play.
And that's another guy. If they can work a miracle in his knee.
James McCarthy's decision also to play Dan Gordon at full-back is going to be a positive as well, because the likelihood is that Cork will have a player like Kieran Sheehan or someone like that in the forward line, which will sit Dan Gordon.
Okay. Well, we'll have a lot more analysis, no doubt, over the next 3 weeks. Just in terms of what colours will they wear, we've been in contact with Croke Park tonight, and the CCCC will speak to both counties tomorrow. It could be that they'll both compromise and change, but that depends on chat between the 2 counties and the CCCC. All of the C's. Still to come on the programme tonight, a report on the All-Ireland Ladies Football semi-final between Laois and Dublin. And Paul Flynn and Pete Fennerty give us their verdicts on next Sunday's All-Ireland Hurling Final. You're very welcome back to the Sunday game. Our All-Ireland Hurling Final preview and the Dublin Laois Ladies Football semi-finals are coming up. But first, it's competition time. Now, we've teamed up with Ulster Bank, the proud sponsor of the